Welcome to Great Day Houston. Now, how's this for a start to your week? You could have a chance to win a trip to the World Cup final. We'll tell you how to enter in just a minute. But first, there's a bigger goal here. East Houston Medical Center is hosting free World Cup watch parties and at the same time encouraging people to focus on a clean sheet of health. Amar Ansari and Chris Jenkins with East Houston Medical Center join us to share how they can assist in keeping you healthy and how to possibly score that trip to the World Cup final. Good morning.
Hi. How are you?
All right. So many times we've heard about how certain neighborhoods have food deserts where there's not grocery stores in the area. And then they have other issues where there are certain stores and things not in the area. You were dealing with a case where a neighborhood didn't have a hospital. So it was like a hospital or health desert, if you will. The previous hospital in the area had closed in 2017. Your father sought to do something about that.
Yes, ma'am. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for having us. We're from East Houston Medical Center. East Houston Medical Center started as just an emergency room in a shopping strip right next door to our hospital. And in about 2022, we decided to open the doors of our current hospital after East Houston Regional had flooded in 2017. And now we are a full-service hospital based out of Channelview, Texas.
Yeah, and what does that say to the community when you say, listen, we know that the other hospital pulled out, but we're going to set up?
Well, trust is earned, and I think that we've earned the trust of Channelview community over the last 10 years with our ER and now with our hospital, and it really does mean something special to us.
Yeah, and when you say community hospital, the patients are treated like, they're not a number, they are neighbors of yours.
Absolutely, and I think the relationships that we build with our patients, just from administrative staff, is something that we really can't find anything else.
Yeah. Chris, I'm going to say Pastor Jenkins.
Oh,
all right, so you are a pastor, but you also have been working in healthcare for over 20 plus years. And I know there's several biblical verses about how we treat the sick.
Absolutely. I've been blessed to, serve as the Chief Executive Officer for East Houston Medical Center. And so serving in ministry or leading hospital teams, the passion and purpose is all the same for me.
Yeah.
Serving the people, serving the hurt, serving the lost, serving the sick. I've just been blessed to be able to do both of those. And so I'm excited to be a part of this healthcare organization.
Yeah, because healthcare is, as at the same time we have more than ever before, we're in a crisis of some sorts, aren't we? And people just trying to understand where they're going to access that healthcare.
Absolutely, and I think healthcare is becoming less and less accessible for a lot of people, and it's being housed by corporate industries. And I think the private industry of healthcare allows people to build relationships with their healthcare providers.
Yeah, you're looking at an expansion.
Yes.
We certainly are, and so in Baytown, it should be around spring 2028. We're looking to be a part of that medical community, increase the access to excellent care.
Yeah.
And so medical deserts, a choice makes a big difference to be able to bring affordable care, like I say, to any community.
Yeah, and we say affordable care and what kind of care we're talking about. This is just like the big hospitals. You have all of those things.
Absolutely. Just because we're relatively smaller compared to your larger industries doesn't necessarily mean that we can't give the same care, and I think we do allow that.
Yeah, when you say like center, you think, okay, do you go there and stay, or is it just like popping in and popping out? You can actually 24/7
Yes, this
care,
is a 24/7 full-service hospital.
Yeah, ER, inpatient, outpatient, also imaging, the labs and specialty services.
Yes, ma'am.
All available there. All right, beyond the hospital walls, you talked about, trust is earned. You do a lot of stuff in the community. Where does that come from?
Well, it comes from a place of love. It comes from a place of appreciation for the families, for the mothers, for the sisters, for the kids of the citizens of Channelview, Texas.
Yeah, and you understand that personally in your family because of some concerns that you had with your brother.
Yes.
And you saw what it took for families to get through some situations.
Yes. Well, my personal passion in life is the disabled community. I have a brother with special needs, and my relationship with him is special to me. So as I was younger, I got some friends together and started hanging out with him over the weekends, and that turned into something a little more structured, and now we have a little bit of a small organization called the Malaika Foundation.
Yeah, and what does that foundation do?
It's an organization that specializes more in respite care and in providing long-term infrastructure for special needs children and their families.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of the other things you do in the community, the World Cup, it's been really cool to watch and see how globally people have come together.
Yes.
Right? Countries, we may fight you on the field, but people are celebrating together with that game. So you are sponsoring some watch parties.
Yes. So East Houston Medical Center is hosting soccer community watch parties for the semifinals and finals of the World Cup. It will be on the 14th, 15th, and 19th of July. So tomorrow, Wednesday, and Sunday, where we'll be giving away 2 tickets to the finals of the World Cup on the 15th. So
Yeah,
this
and
Wednesday.
that's going to be at MetLife Stadium, which is New York and New Jersey,
Yes,
right? Yeah, right
yes.
there. So, all right, you're going to have at these parties, so that's just going to be a whole lot of fun in itself.
Yes.
Giant screen, food, entertainment, family activities, and the whole bit. Okay, so a chance to win. And just so you know, you are not getting tickets to that, right? Like if people are like just trying desperately to get tickets to whatever that final will be, and first of all, they're $1 billion, right? Or if you can find any.
Yeah.
And so this is a chance to win that. So the way that happens is that people will come to these watch parties,
Yes.
right? And that's where you will be able to access your raffle
Yes,
ticket.
so you can visit us on the 15th, and on the 15th when you come in and you check in, you can sign up for the giveaways then too.
Yeah.
But it will be announced at the end of the match on the 15th.
Okay, so the team's still playing, just so people know. France versus Spain, England versus Argentina. I don't think people care who's playing, but anyway, so here's how it goes. Register for the free watch party, and the QR code is right there on your screen. So you have to register for it's free, but you have to register. Enter the raffle, any of the watch parties in person. And then you must be present to win at July 15th at the watch party. Don't be the one where they call your name and you're suddenly in the porta potty and you miss it, right? but the final will be this Sunday, the 19th in New Jersey, so you have to be able to get on a plane and boogie, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Let me round out with why what you are doing is so important and to be able to expand is so important.
To be able to expand is an opportunity, and I think that is an opportunity to be able to serve as well. And just alongside someone like my CEO, Mr. Chris Jenkins, being able to serve not just in Channel View community, but in Baytown, and just giving people a choice of healthcare around that side of town too.
And Pastor Jenkins, what does that mean to a community who felt like they were somewhat abandoned? What does it say to them?
You know, I think it says that there are people that care.
Yeah.
And there are people that see us and people that want to help.
Yeah.
And if they can get that from us, that is, I mean, that does it for us.
Yeah.
Just to know we're there.
Thank you so much. All right, again, the East Houston Medical Center is giving away that trip and 2 tickets to the World Cup final that will be played in the New York, New Jersey Stadium. Scan that QR code right there on your screen. Just register for the World Cup semifinal watch parties and pick up your free raffle ticket while you are there. Now be sure to attend the July 15th watch party. That's where you'll need to be present to win. For more information about East Houston Medical Center, visit EHMCT, that's EHMCT.com.